guys, it's SkippyJones back here with another episode of Skippy's Town, our single player survival series. Today I've got a lot in store for you. So first off, I want to talk about our plans for the episode, but also show off this wall I did. So I did a little bit of the terraforming, started out on it over here, but I was able to get a lot more of it done recently, and I love how it came out. I gotta say, I have a short talking about my thought process, like going through it, so if you want to know more about what I thought while I was building this and everything, go watch that. But I love how it came out. I used some petals and stuff which might not stay. Same with these bushes, it kind of depends on what gets put here. It's like this is supposed to end up being like a park anyway, so that'll probably change a bit of the wall. Like I'm planning to put a waterfall of some kind coming down this with a little bit of a overstep there, so that'll change a bit of this. But I love how it looks right now so much. So yeah, anyways, our plans for today, we've got a lot in store. So when it comes to builds, I'm hoping to build up pretty much everything here. So this right here is going to be one build, that's a build, and then this is going to be a build. So yeah, we've got a lot in store today, and then I might also try and tackle that build, but I think I'm going to save that because it's going to be a little bit more complicated with the plans I have for it. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that, and then before that though, because that's gonna probably be time-lapse, or maybe it'll just be me going through the builds talking about what I think, we're gonna be building a moss farm today. So you might notice that over here we have a new addition to the farm area. As well as I forgot to strip these, but that's okay. So this right here is just a simple composter setup. I covered it up so it looked a little nicer, but yeah, simple compost setup. I realized that with the influx of melons, I can just use those for the bone meal, because we're gonna need a lot of bone meal for this moss farm we're gonna be setting up today. So yeah, I went ahead and got that set up, and I'm gonna be using a design by @Chapman, and it's a pretty popular design from what I can tell, but I'm gonna be making a slight change to allow it to auto turn off on its own, so I'd never have to replace the middle moss block, hopefully, but that'll be towards the end. But right now we're just gonna hop right into making this. Thankfully the starting stuff is pretty simple. So yeah, we're gonna need a dispenser. Actually gonna just destroy these. We're gonna need a dispenser right here, which we'll go ahead and get off right now. That's the wrong way. No, is it just... Okay, I apparently don't know how to place dispensers, guys. It's fine. Do that, okay. Now, dispenser. Moss block. Okay, there we go. Should have placed that in just originally. Put this here so I knew where I wanted things, but yeah. Then we're gonna need stone all the way around the moss block. All right, and then next we are going to go 2 out on each of these. It's going to be a ninja star type formation. At least that's how Chapman puts it. So yeah, and I'll explain this a little bit as we go. I need 2 blocks there. Sorry. So now we're gonna need to get up there. Let's do that. This is what it should look like. Yep. And then from there we're going to need, so you don't need to have this much water or lava prepped. You only need 4 lava, but I was dumb and didn't, so I'm just gonna grab the 4 I'm gonna need. And we're gonna need the water, stairs, and then obsidian and glass for this next step. Okay, alrighty, and then we're also going to need pistons for this next step, and we'll go ahead. So we're gonna come up here, and this part's also, you know, pretty simple. We're gonna come right here, do 2 obsidian on the outside, and then I need the, I'm not gonna need the lava for a second, and then I need the pistons like that. We're gonna put okay, silky is the one. All right, we're gonna put glass on both sides of the piston. We need the stairs next. It's going to be stair, and then it's going to be 1, 2. Then you're going to repeat this pattern on all 4 sides. So that, all right, obsidian, those out of the way, piston, glass, and then stair, and then one of the obsidian will already be placed once you have one thing down, and then if you just go around, since it's part of that, pretty simple. So it should look like this just about. So pretty simple, like I said. Here we go. And then with the next part, we'll be adding in, I believe, the lava and the water, which isn't too hard. All right, yeah. So we are going to now add in the lava and water, which isn't going to be too hard. We're going to need our glass. We're going to need our builder's block, which important thing, it should be something that won't burn. Obviously, glass, lava, and then lava and water. And we'll just grab some of it. Start off with one side. So you can do water on both sides. We're going to do builder's blocks on top of the pistons. We're going to do glass on top of there and there, then lava in there. You only technically need one because it does that. I brought extra lava though, so we're just going to do that, I guess, because I have the extra stuff, so might as well. Water, water, builders, glass, 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 glass. Pretty simple stuff. Go. This is how the farm should be looking now. So, oh wait, never mind, sorry. Lava, lava. So there's all that, and now we're going to get the center set up with pistons. All right, so next we are going to get these middle pistons set up. Now, apparently if you look right at that top corner, there we go. So you gotta make sure they're facing down, which normally, you'd have to be looking up. So if you look at that top corner though, it allows you to do that even though you're not below the block, which is super helpful. I gotta say, I didn't actually know this until I watched Chapman's tutorial. Oh no. Oh, okay. I destroyed more than I meant to, and that's something really loud outside my house. That's great. All right, let's get these pistons in. All right, there we go. And then if I just, right there. There we go. So 9 pistons in there. Next, we're going to be working on the redstone. That can get deleted for now. There we go. Next up is redstone. All right, guys, so let's talk about how the redstone works in this. You might notice that the build looks a bit different from Chapman's, if you have seen that one, which I will talk about in a second. But let's go over just the base redstone real quick, in case you haven't seen... Right. In case you haven't seen his video. So, wow, I am great at picking scaffolding spots. Okay, there we go. Okay, so up here we have a block of 3x3 things, or just 3x3 builders blocks with redstone all along them. On these blocks that came out here in that pattern, you have a redstone repeater that is at 4 ticks, and then redstone all across that, and 1 redstone on this block right here. So pretty simple. Then on the opposite corner of that, or the other corner next to the one where our redstone connection's coming up, you are going to do another repeater, 4 block, 4 tick, with redstone all along that, just like the other side. You have redstone going down there and there, which is the same over here. I didn't show it, so there we go. Then right here, we have the redstone coming down here. So, sorry if you can hear my cat. This is how it's coming down currently. So it comes down like that. If you watch Chapman's video, you'll notice that it's first set up differently, and then he changes it again. This is the change version. So the important thing is to not have any redstone go over the glass, because for some reason that messes it up and causes cobblestone to spawn there, which will screw up the farm. So don't do that, pretty much, pretty simple. So you're gonna route it down like that. I'll step back so you can see the form. So it goes that way. It's gonna come down to here, redstone right here. You're going to have a repeater right here, which is, so it goes from the block underneath the dispenser. It's gonna go repeater at 1 tick, a block with redstone on it, repeater at 4 ticks, then the redstone connection up, okay? And that is all of the base redstone in the farm, except for the loop. So if you don't do a hopper clock for this, if you did, I don't know what the timings are in that, and I'm not sure how this would work with it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but this is meant for the basic loop. So with this, you have a repeater, that's the block dispensers on. The repeater set to 4 going this way, block, 4, 4, 4, empty space, with a block technically dug down if you have this built at level, or just a blank space there, both at that block and the same repeater. 4, block, 4, 4, 4, then dispenser block again. And then, so normally, right here, you would have a block on top of that with a lever on it. So, yeah, and then when you wanted the farm to run and there's bone meal in there, you would turn that on and it would push us forward, observer would send a redstone pulse, and the pulse would continue traveling through that when it was needed. So, however, one big problem is the farm would auto shut off, sure, but the top pistons up here would keep firing, and that moss block in the middle right there would break. So what I have done is I have somehow gotten this to work. So I have made it so by detecting how much bone meal is still inside the dispenser, when it gets to 0, this is going to turn off. It's going to come down here. It's going to turn that on, which will turn this one off. I have the farm off right now, so farm's running. It's like that. Okay, it will turn that off and turn the farm off. Okay, and then a lever right here allows me to have a manual release. So pretty simple. So to walk through this, it's comparator with the front torch off going this way, and then redstone repeater at 1 tick. You don't want any delay here. And then it's going just redstone down. And the important thing, because you could also have this forward one, I guess, with just thing, is to make sure this part right here works, where that's off when there's things inside the dispenser, bone meal, and it's on when there's not. That way, when this runs out of bone meal, and this is my second time running it, it will not delete that moss block. The only big disadvantage of this is the fact that I had to take away one of those hoppers. One thing I've noticed though is, other than the fact that when it stops running, it does leave a few up there, which isn't a big deal if you run this for a while. So this is all off of like 1 full dispenser's worth of bone meal, which isn't too hard to get. So yeah, you lose that 1 hopper space. I haven't noticed a big deal from it though, because the items that don't go down right away get tossed around a lot by the pistons, so they end up in one eventually anyways, except for that very last thing, which normally wouldn't be a problem. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that is my moss farm with the auto turn off that doesn't delete the moss farm or the moss block. Now we are going to transition over into the builds right over here. Yeah, so right over here, we are going to be doing a whole lot of builds today. Like I said at the beginning, do this build, that build, which is all of that build right there, and then the statue right here is probably going to wait. But I've gone ahead and kind of done a little planning just so I know for the time lapse, so I'm not guessing and redo stuff. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into those time lapses, guys, and I will see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed those time lapses. So first off, let's talk about this build. So I originally wanted it to have this kind of awning, and like I put it in, but I'm not very happy with how it looks. So I don't know, I'm gonna work with this. Worst case, I might just take it out, or maybe I'll do something to have it like an actual, just a doorway moved forward a little bit or something. So yeah, I was trying to figure out what block to use for up here, and I just can't. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this. We'll see if I can fix it. If not, too bad, I guess. And then when we come over to these builds, this one is only the front done right now. The sides aren't even done. I'm gonna do that later. These took longer than I kind of thought they would, mainly this one. So yeah, and then this one I just had to figure out some different dimensions so it still fit the style and everything. And I like how it's looking, especially from this side. So yeah, it still needs to be detailed though. So right now it's just a lot of like, not blank because I have the texturing in there, but still, it's only the front right now. I'm gonna do the rest of this along with the interior between episodes, and we'll talk about it next time. And the same kind of goes for this one. I think that it, honestly, I love the shape. I love how it turned out. I like the depth I added to it and everything. So yeah, when we go inside, this wall's not put in yet. I'm not sure what I want to do for this wall yet, because I think I want some kind of door here and everything. I'm gonna figure that out. And then we have this big space for like a tavern area over here where we have one of the entrances. We have this little thing right here. So yeah, up here is where the tavern rooms are gonna be. I haven't put them in fully yet, but I got the beds. And then I got this one essence of detailing done where I got the hanging signs in as the railings. So yeah, but these are all gonna have walls on them, so it's gonna be kind of open space and everything, but not completely. Then in the middle of this, we'll also hopefully have something done when we come back next time. However, that is all the time we have for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.